Hello, and welcome to the World Ravinia podcast, where we follow the tale of a group of college adventurers learning their trade in the classroom and real world at once. I am Dungeon Master Minvale. Our journey continues as the party takes the next steps towards Kwark and Sol's trek to Misty Oak. So now, let us return to the world of Ravinia. Welcome back, everybody. Uh, so, brief recap, mostly for you, Quark, since you weren't there. Uh, Party spent a couple of days just killing time around campus for the most part. Mm, Got into a little bit of Andrakiai's backstory, and I did you tell anybody about what happened with you, Andrakiai?
I have not.
Okay, I was pretty sure you hadn't, so I didn't want to let that out yet. I believe it's 3 days till you and Saul take off.
Yep.
All right. Uh, does anybody have anything they wanted to do in the meantime?
Am I going to be able to finish my book over the course of the next 3 days?
Let me check. Yeah, you might be. If you pretty much spend most of your day each day reading.
Is it still the 23rd?
23rd. Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I just couldn't remember if it was AM or PM. So, anybody have any plans?
I actually had a question. The library is closed, correct?
Yes. Library is closed until the 2nd.
Okay.
And then classes don't resume until the 5th.
Okay.
So if nobody has anything,
Yeah, I'd like to do a little bit of socializing in between reading, but
there's not a lot of people left that are not gone away during the break.
right.
Um, do you think that I could travel to the temple and see if like Mara's still there? Maybe taking Drakei with me?
I think she means prayer hall.
The prayer hall. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, prayer hall. My apologies.
I was like, there is an actual temple in Alrozan. But I don't remember if you actually went there.
She did for her first test. Me and
No, well, there's like 10 or 11 temples there. I meant one for her god.
for her new path. Okay. So me to accompany her, I have no problem.
So yeah, if you two want to head over to the prayer hall,
What I do in my free time, just head to the prayer hall, see if I can help as much as possible.
all right. Sure. If you head over well, it was 8 a.m. Were you guys meeting for breakfast first?
Oh yeah,
Well,
no,
yeah.
breakfast is definitely
Okay.
a necessity.
All right. So your morning daily routines, getting up, getting dressed, getting over to the mess hall, we'll say 30 minutes.
Sorry, just making sure I'm not wearing weapons.
Do you actually have any other than your fists and feet? Well, I
Yeah.
guess you get your darts.
I have a bandolier of darts.
Yeah. All right. So y'all make it over to the mess hall. During the break, it's again some limited staff with the cooking is staff as well. Fairly basic menu. It's breads, maybe some leftover pastries, oatmeal.
That's fine.
And
Any yogurt?
no yogurt currently. And the mess hall is surprisingly full for this time in the morning.
How many people are there?
About 700. It's probably 90% of the students that are still here during the break.
So I'm gonna grab coffee because functioning with coffee is life, and just grab a pastry and then go grab a seat with everybody else.
I'd probably grab oatmeal.
Any fruits?
Not so much fresh fruit. They do have some almost caramel preserves like jam.
Okay, some pastries and jam.
As I sit down at the table, I'm kind of gonna look around to see. Do I notice like Mara and friends around anywhere?
Yeah, you don't even really need to make a check. They usually sit at the same table all the time. And Mara's there with Sarah and oh, what's her name? Kara, as usual.
Okay, and who was the friend that was hurt? Kara, right? 'Cause I remember going to the prayer hall looking for her. And if you want to turn on the light, go ahead. Um, because when we went to the hall last time, someone was injured. Was that Kara?
Let me double check.
Okay, sorry.
I believe it was actually Sarah, but she's there at the table now. Uh, give me a group perception.
Gargan's looking at the table, wondering why it's on a slant.
Yeah, that role's completely in character.
And Drakia is looking at the floor, going, I wonder when these floors were last swept.
No,
I
I'm too
think more
engrossed
so
with my
just
oatmeal.
distracted by his food.
Ah, it's great oatmeal. Would you like some?
So we just Sol and Kwark.
So Quark on Fantasy Grounds has a little time
I'll roll his.
Sorry, I kept dropping it.
No problem.
You should have had that popcorn.
I'm sorry. It is Cora. I don't know why I keep calling her Kara.
Because I recall, I thought it was Cora was the one that was injured. But it was Sarah, right?
I'll find out in a minute because one of them should be saved with a level of like exhaustion and down some hit point. Oh, yeah. It is Cora.
It was Cora. Okay.
She does appear to be in good health, though.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to use a litter box.
Uh,
Am I to
so let's
perceive
see.
something?
Oh, I
He
already
wrote.
rolled it. So with 3 pass, 3 fail, you effectively just notice, for as full and busy as the room is, it's a little quieter than you'd expect. You do see a number of the students have bandages and other things covering obvious wounds that have not healed properly.
Hmm. Is it like everybody's pretty much injured and not healed properly, or is it just a
Wouldn't
few?
say everyone, but about a third.
Okay. All right. I'll note that in my brain. I would want to try to talk to Cora and Mara and see like how Cora is, like what they did to help her, because memory serves me correct, she was pretty much on death's door. So,
All right. So are you heading over to their table alone, or is that anybody going with?
I think I'm just gonna grab Soul. I'm gonna grab Soul and just be like, come with me for a minute.
Soul would go with her.
Okay.
She and Din are buds by this point, so it's like
I'm playing
no
a game.
question.
So the two of you go up. What is it you were asking?
I think we're just gonna like automatically just like sit at their table, and then I'm just gonna look at Cora and be like, "Oh my goodness, like you look like you're doing much better. Like, how are you?"
She looks up at you, and now that you're right up close, you can see she does have dark circles under her eyes. Definitely looks a little not quite in top form. And she just would say, "Well, darling, I've been busy. But Sir Diamond Heart was able to get me about."
I'm glad to see that you're up and about and that you're on the healing mend. Would I be able to borrow Mara for a couple moments, and I will leave my friend Soul with you here at the table for just a couple minutes?
Mara would just look at you questioningly for a second, but stand up and just excuse herself.
Yeah, that might not have been the smartest move. I'm pretty sure Mara still hates me.
I'll explain. So I'm gonna take Mara to the side a little bit just so that it's like between her and I, like close, but make sure that she's not far from Cora. So she kind of has her eye on her friend too. Um,
Yeah, and
I'm
I
kind of
wouldn't say she quite hates you. She didn't actually put it together there that you were Rouse.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. But
Oh,
she
you just
pretty
mean
much
in
hated me.
general before.
Yeah. Like she kept glaring at Soul whenever she was in the vicinity. She didn't like outright do anything that indicated her dislike of Soul, but like there was enough evidence that she would really
You
rather be somewhere else but next to her.
okay?
I was gonna say that's like 90% of the campus that she glares at when they come around.
Yes.
Yeah, but like
Right.
when in a group with her, like she specifically picked Soul out of the lineup to like dislike. That's what I'm
So
talking about.
give me an insight check.
Ooh. Insight?
Yeah.
Fudge.
Yeah, I guess you still think she hates you.
Yep, so she definitely hates me.
I think it just might be her face out of character right now, but I think it's just probably her face, like RBF. Just saying. But in character, I'm gonna, lean towards Mara and just say, I do apologize for taking you away from your friends, and I know she is on the mend, and you need to be with her, and I, hope it's okay that I left my friend Soul with her, just so then she's not by herself.
She just look at you and that's fine.
I did have a quick question for you. Um, do you know how one would get in touch with their patron?
He'd look at you a little puzzled for a second. You have forged a pact with a patron? Or do you mean our master?
Our master. I'm assuming that you have the same one and you know of whom I speak about. When I was brought back,
Yes.
I was given it twice. So yeah, so I misspoke. My apologies. I have some questions for him, and I've been wanting some answers if possible, and I didn't know if you maybe knew a way for me to reach out to him to potentially ask what I need to know.
She will look around and not here. And she grabs your hand, takes you out of the mess hall, out and around the corner, off little ways, down a hallway that's past the mess hall to the right. Normally, you guys don't go this way, and it sort of leads to a dead end. She pulls you into that corner, and she draws out a silver dagger and uses it to carve a symbol on her palm that looks lot like your amulet. And then she presses that palm to yours.
Okay. Kind of just stand there with big eyes, just dumbfounded at this point.
You see her close her eyes and begin to chant under her breath.
Can I translate what she's saying? Like, is it
Uh, let me see what you know.
Can't even recall what language it says
You-
right now.
I was just checking. You do not have this language. However, give me a straight wisdom check.
Wisdom.
So yeah, you're not able to quite place it. That said, it feels like something you've heard before. And after a few moments, her eyes fly open, and instead of that pitch blackness you're used to seeing, it is a glowing red light. And you feel almost the blood in your body begins to rush. And she opens her mouth, and you hear, "Greetings, new one."
So out of character, holy shit, this is happening now. Greetings.
What do you wish?
I had questions that I was hoping to get answered. I know I chose the path of the Reaper, and I'm assuming that, you are a Reaper. I had a question about a specific individual.
That is one I have been taught. Is this
Yep.
individual?
We can't really hear you.
Okay. Who is this individual?
Tobias. Would like to know if Tobias walks on the land of the living or if he is perished.
The one you seek is currently neither of my realm nor your home.
So he's neither alive nor dead.
That's one way you could interpret it.
Not exactly, but yeah, you can interpret it that way.
Oh, okay. Am I missing something?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the information. I very much do appreciate it. I had one more inquiry for you. Is there a way to get rid of my one level of exhaustion?
The bond we form at a price. In time, you may adapt to it. To sever that bond would break not just you. And you watch as all the veins in Mara's exposed arms, face swell up.
Okay.
And you feel that rush again, and your veins in your own hand do the same.
Okay. Kind of freaked out.
My child paid the same price.
So what are you saying I have to do?
Endure or choose to break that connection. But understand, price will be paid to do so.
So out of character. So he's pretty much telling me that I have to either embrace the path of the Reaper or sever the ties with him, but pay the price. What's happening right now?
Uh, make an insight check.
Uh, Insight. Ooh,
You rolled low. Maybe he would have gotten so frustrated with you, he would have broken it for you.
So, with that, something in your mind begins to see a small human child, probably 5 or 6, in shredded clothes, running in the dark woods. Until she comes across a wall of ice and sees herself about 12 or 13 years old instead, in all black. And with this older version, you can tell this is Mara.
Okay.
And you watch as the older one points at the younger one to go back where they were. And you hear a voice in the wood that is clearly Mara that you know now.
Okay.
The connection breaks. You look at Mara, and she sort of, the breath comes back to her, and she drops to her knees. And you feel a wetness on you, on your face, down your neck. And if you go to feel it, your hands come back coated in blood.
Jesus. Okay. Um, Now, is she actually like she physically injured or just exhausted from channeling?
Mm,
Or is it me that's damaged?
You did take 3 points of damage. Uh, and if you're feeling around for that liquid, basically your eyes and ears both have blood coming out of that.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Time to go back to the group.
What a Yep, right. Little horrified. Um, so I'm gonna
Mara will get up,
Okay.
look at you, and rip a piece of her dress off and just start trying to scrub the blood away.
The guy kind of just like
No see, no see, no see.
no see.
As she's scrubbing the blood, she just keeps saying that over and over.
I'm gonna grab her hands and hold them in front of me and look at her and be like, "Are you hurt anywhere?"
As you look at her, the red glowing eyes are gone, but so are the black eyes. And you see normal human hazel eyes just looking around in panic.
Okay, can I like do the once over to like her arms, make sure she's like okay, like there's no physical wounds on her? Like look
Uh,
for any physical wounds
yeah,
whatsoever.
what would that be? I guess for you, that would just be perception.
Son of a
Yeah, you don't see anything, but Mara, let's see here, compared to you, Mara was a couple inches taller than you were. Looking at her standing at her full height now, she's an inch or two shorter than you.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the cloth away from her and out of her hands and just kind of look at her and just be like, we're never doing that again. Thank you. I got my answers. Did you hear everything? Do you remember everything?
Do you know me?
Oh shit, I fried her brain.
Well, yes and no.
Want to help me out? Because I think you might know something that I don't. Be like the little voice in my head.
Are you asking the group? Or was that
Yeah.
her? Okay.
Are you really looking for an answer?
I, I would really like to know because I didn't expect it to go this way. So if someone's got an idea
Is it
that
okay
the,
for me to give her a hint as to what happened?
Uh, sure.
okay, so what I feel that might have happened was because the patron said either you have to break the tie, so pretty much either break the bond between Mara and I to fix the level of exhaustion, and there'll be consequences to that. But when I saw the little Mara, maybe when I came back, she came through instead, and like current Mara, who's an adult and goes to school with us, is currently trapped in her like psyche.
Sort of. Which you're like who you're with right now is a version of Mara who hasn't met you yet.
So it's a younger Mara.
Possibly,
Well,
but they haven't met you yet.
yeah. And if it was the one you saw, this is a 5 or 6 year old child in the body of a young adult woman. with a connection to magic power from a ghost.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm no longer had blood on my face or coming from my ears. I'm gonna grab Mara by the hand and say, "Come with me." I'm gonna go get Soul from Cora and say, "Cora, I need to borrow, like,
Uh,
Cora, I
Are
need
you
Mara to."
bringing Mara into the mess? Oh,
Part of me wants to say no because of the tone that you use. So now I'm scared. I would say yes. I would bring her into the mess hall with me to go get Soul and the rest of the group.
So are you grabbing the group first or are you grabbing Soul first?
I'm grabbing Soul on my way through. So I grab Mara's hand. I go by the table where Soul's chilling with Cora. I'm gonna grab Soul and say, "Cora, we'll be back later," and then rush to you guys.
Real quick, how much blood were they able to clean off themselves?
Yeah, that's kind of a good question.
And how did
Yeah.
they do it? I mean, what did they have water showers?
well, they were out in the hall, so didn't really have water.
Is there a little girl's room out there?
There would be.
I thought they were outside, to be honest.
No, they're
Oh, they're in the building.
Because I was going to say, if they were outside, they could have used just snow to clean themselves off. But they're inside. What did they use?
they used a ripped piece of Mara's dress.
So will we be able to tell that there's still blood on them?
I mean, there'd be streaks.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when they first walk in.
Not so much on Mara, but
But
even
then,
once
okay,
it's wiped up, you can see on Zin down her cheeks and down the sides of her neck.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just curious if we would have saw that right away when they came in before they went to Seoul or not. Because pretty sure most of us, if we saw that, we'd get up.
I was gonna say, if
Well,
Zin is as pale
you
as
guys-
the picture is,
There's also 700 people
Yeah.
in the room. So
Yeah, there's I'll say the rest of you at the table roll perception with a -3.
Oh, so just take 3 off of it?
Yeah.
Okay, so. Oh, yeah, I don't notice anything.
You're still eating your
Yeah, I'm too enamored with
still
my
eating
porridge.
your oatmeal.
The only one who even noticed the doors opening was Vincent, and from where he's sitting, he just knows somebody came in.
I mean, does anybody else have that flowing blonde hair like our party elf?
He can't
Zin,
see over the people sitting at their tables.
Yeah.
He just saw the doors open over there.
I'm deeply concentrating on my pancakes.
okay. Most of us are just like, food.
Apparently, yeah, they were
Apparently, it's really good
gone that
leftovers.
the people they're actually passing by to get over there, they certainly get a few odd looks, and when they get to the table, Sol, Sarah, and Cora. Well, I don't know how Sol reacts, but the other two's mouths just drop open.
Soul knows better than to let something like that show on her face, but she probably would be shocked. Maybe there are like subtle signs, but she would not have something very obvious.
Like blinking nonstop, like just
Stuff like that, yeah.
yeah.
Cora would be the first of the two to speak and would just. Oh, what in tarnation just happened?
Can I actually change it to where Cora comes with us too? Because I feel like if she's really close with Mara, she might have some insight on what just happened as well. So I think grabbing Mara's hands, grabbing Soul, grab Cora, go to the group and say, we gotta go now. And then just go straight out of the mess hall.
Yeah. Cora would definitely be going.
Mm-hmm. I would say that we're like, are we outside the mess hall now? Like, we've already passed the table with Gargan, Kwark, and Andrakei and Vincent.
Yeah, if you went over to grab them.
Why is there so much
What's the
ketchup on your face?
So what I was thinking is like try to find like a secluded like field bush area that we can kind of just meet up. That way like there's nobody else around because I'm assuming a lot of people from the mess hall are going to start dispersing and walking around. So I was thinking find somewhere that's secluded to talk and to inform everybody of what happened once we're all in the same group, like
Are there
same area.
monster exploding tomatoes? Let me clean that off for you real fast though, and I'll cast prestidigitation to clean that up.
Hey, yep. That will clear it all up.
I would probably check them both over for, wounds, seeing as that's quite a bit of blood.
Blood.
Zin
It's not tomatoes.
does not have any obvious wounds.
Oh, even if I check her eyes and ears?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second you go to check Mara, she recoils and just stares at you.
So, how tall is she now?
She'd be about just under 5 foot.
So, if I go down to one knee, I'd still be pretty well to height with her, I guess, or just a little shorter.
You'd be
Yeah.
shorter.
Okay. Well, I probably crouch down to her height and just be like, "Okay, I'm just seeing if you're hurt." Want to
They're
make
like-
sure everything's okay.
I'm gonna walk over to Andrakia and just be like, I broke her. She's broken. I screwed around with something that I shouldn't have screwed around with, and now I broke Mara.
So that was blood?
Yes.
Yes.
So Zen, next time you're gonna go on some kind of killing spree, let me know. I could clean you up before you show up in the middle of the cafeteria full of people.
Listen, it wasn't a quick killing spree. I summoned my master
Uh,
and wanted to communicate with him, and then all of a sudden, Mara, broken. Help, fix.
Is she really broken, or
I don't know. Ask her a
other
question.
than the fact she hasn't, given me a death stare in a while?
Maybe she's unbroken.
I'm pretty sure her head is scrambled eggs at this point.
I'm
Ask
pretty
her
sure we
questions.
shouldn't be talking about this in the sight of others.
We're not.
The rest of the school.
No, we're in
Yeah.
out of character. We are outside
Yeah,
in
you
a
guys
field.
Oh, you
near a
dragged
bush.
us out. Okay.
went
Yeah.
outside. I'm guessing towards the back of the utility building.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
I didn't
secluded.
know that we actually got outside, or if we were talking about this as we were going outside.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
We're already outside at this point. But yeah. So I did this, and Gargan, please tell me you can fix her. Please fix her.
So this has to do with your death pact?
I'm trying to YouTube it now. Just give me a second. How do you spell Mara? M-A.
How to fix,
Okay.
how to fix Amara.
Oh, actually, it auto filled in Mara. Hold on. Typing. I don't know. Okay, wait. Hold on. Just gotta wait for the ad to go through.
Well,
Well, can I? Well, in all
Or-
seriousness, can I do a check to see if I have some sense of what happened?
I was going to ask if I could do a religion check if she tells us what the ritual was.
And
Yeah, Zen, you could try and explain the ritual.
I can try to explain. So, pretty much, I went up to Mara and I asked her, summon our god. And because he's a reaper. And she said, pretty much, okay. She cut her hand. She put her hand in my hand. And then something happened with her eyeballs. And then all of a sudden, I was talking to our god through her mouth. And I asked questions about Tobias and my level of exhaustion. And then ramble.
I
Okay,
feel
so
like there's more to it than that, but okay.
I pretty much tell them everything. Sorry.
you decided to have a
everything.
conversation with death and you expected there to be no price?
I didn't think he was going to scramble eggs for brain. She looked after when we came out, and the tie was severed. The communication was over. Mara looked at me in all seriousness and said, "Who are you?"
And
Based on
all
her,
this while, she's sort of curled up in a ball, but on her feet, backing away from all of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gargan, you could make an Arcana check and Drakei with what you heard from it. You could make a religion check. The religion check, I'd say, is with disadvantage.
okay.
Oh, look at Vincent go.
I forgot Vincent also had. So, Andrakei, with what you know of the gatekeeper, you're not sure enough what they did. Gargan,
Yeah, not so good.
with that,
Oh, I guess it's a
you
15. It could be worse.
yeah, with a 15 in Arcana, you would know this some form of magical connection. You would probably discern that it most likely was some form of divination. Vincent,
That's exactly what it was. How to replicate it.
Right?
not quite, but
Oh, just kidding, because he got that 20.
Vincent, roll a D4 for me.
Scared me.
Okay. In your travels before you got to the college, you've heard of these type of things before. It almost always the stories ended with someone dying, losing a limb, their family either becoming cursed or falling extremely ill.
And Vincent taps his chin all studiously. I think I understand. And then he just kind of shakes his head sadly at Zen and looks over at Mara and gives her kind of a sadder look. I'm not. Well, would I know how to fix? Would Vincent know what's going on with Mara based off of that?
You said
Hmm.
Mara's Mara's friends are with us, correct?
Or
No.
is yes, Sarah would have stayed there by herself. Sarah is probably to the back of the group, still sort of shell shocked.
How far away is
Or,
Mara getting?
huh?
You said Mara was backing away from us.
Yeah. Just tiny steps, like a single back step, and
When
again.
when Vincent looked at her, did she stop or did she keep backing up?
She doesn't step forward, but she would stop.
And then I'd give her a smile and a little wave, a cute little small person wave. And yeah, would he know based on that role what Mara's issue might be?
He wouldn't know exactly. Uh, One sec.
Okay, so he's gonna turn the group. He's gonna like, well, in my travels, hither and thither, to and fro, I've heard stories of a similar type of ritual. And these stories I've heard, there's never been a good outcome. It always seems to end in someone's death, the loss of a loved one, curses, or any other number of calamities. And it was either used as a weapon in war or sometimes as part of a criminal organization or other shady businesses. All I know is that it's some kind of blood magic, potentially.
Guardian,
I'd probably look over
with
at
that statement, that is something you have heard of.
Enrique would probably look over at Zit and be like, looking at her like, what the why are you fucking with blood magic?
I didn't know what it entailed. She didn't explain anything to me. She just did it.
Probably the amount of blood might be a hint.
Okay. So,
The
Well,
good news is Mara doesn't know who you are. So
while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna drop down on all fours and just kind of casually go over towards Mara while purring.
yeah, I was gonna suggest just quietly walk away.
Kwark, she lets you get right up to her.
Okay, I'll just kind of use body language to make it like I would like a head scratch or something.
I'd probably turn to her friends and ask if anything similar to this has ever happened before, like a rapid change in Mara.
Sarah just shakes her head. No. Um, Aura? She will say she's never ever seen a physical change like that. She's heard the change in her voice at times.
Would we know
Is there
any, like, maybe faculty members that would know more about this?
you need to get out of my brain?
Is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah.
Like her instructors or something? Because we don't exactly know what her specialties are.
I'd say
It's more a question if we've seen her, like, going to certain classes with certain teachers or faculty members, sorry.
Or maybe ask her friends, Cora and Sarah.
uh,
Yeah.
Zan, you would have seen her in class with you under Dwin.
Oh, for intimidation?
Yes.
That fits.
Hora
Sorry.
would say her head instructor is Lazar.
Sorry, it was Czar?
Lazar.
Lazar.
Lazar. So do we know if Dwayne or Lazar is at the college still, or did they take off?
I don't think anybody's taking off until a few more days, right?
Some students already did. Sol and Kwark are the ones from your party not going for a bit.
Okay. We could ask around to see if Lazar's still here. Unless Mara's friends have seen her or seen them. Blah.
Cora hasn't. Sarah will finally chime in that she saw him at the tower.
Okay, I would probably head that way right away.
Okay.
And I don't know if anybody's coming with or if we're bringing Mara, but I would probably say
Mara
maybe
is
in
busy
there.
scratching Quark's head.
I'd probably, before I leave, say just keep her calm, out of sight. Maybe bring her to the dorms.
And I'll go with you.
I was gonna say because if it's the wizard tower,
Yeah.
you probably should take Gargan.
Zin, there's one thing I will mention.
Oh
The
dear. Okay.
height and the look of her face matches closer to the age of the version you saw on the wall of ice.
So the look on her face matches the one of.
Probably about 13-ish.
Oh great. Okay.
The behavior closer to the 5-year-old.
Okay. Um.
And when I mean like I'm going over there, I'm running to the wizard's tower.
Yeah.
Like it's not a
Yeah.
walk. I'm running. I don't know if
Okay.
Kwark can. Who's coming, Gargan? I don't know if he'd be able to keep up with me running.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
I'm weak, not slow.
So now, okay. So
Then again, you do have your owl you can send ahead of me to see if you see
Gargan
him
and
leaving the
Drake
tower.
Gargan and Drakey are going to the tower. Quark
Yeah.
is keeping her busy with belly scratches and head scratches.
Yeah.
Do you think two of us, and I'm asking like the rest of the party members that are left behind, do you think two of us should go try to find another teacher or instructor to rope in at the same time, or wait until the others come back from the wizard tower?
Well, I said the other one was what, Bim? Or not Bim. I'll be
Bim.
all right.
Dwight. Oh, sorry. Hang on.
Because we're going for Lazar, and the other one was
Dwight. I think. Dwin.
Okay. I don't know.
Dwin is the intimidation teacher.
Could you try maybe looking for Dwin?
That's what I'm
It's the
thinking.
only two leads we have. I know I'm kind of like talking while I'm not there, but
So I would say Quark, and let's do Vincent with
Yay!
Mara. Actually, no. So
Oh,
Sol and Quark. No, hang on. Sol and Quark, and Sarah and Cora stay with Mara and keep her in one contained area. Vincent and I go to find Dwayne. Good? Yes.
hi ho, hi ho.
Okay. So
Just one thing though, Zen. Aren't you concerned you might be getting yourself into trouble?
Potentially, but that's a risk I'm willing to take if they could actually fix Mara. So
All right. Well, I got your back.
okay. So Andrakei and Gargan to the tower. Sarah, Cora, Sol, Kwark, with Mara. And Vincent and Zin looking for Dwin.
Correct.
Okay.
Sorry, where are we going with Mara?
I
think
suggested the dorms.
Yeah, I would say dorms. So then it's contained.
Like whose room?
Well, isn't there just like a natural hall to there?
Like a common area?
Yeah.
there's a hallway. With all the dorm rooms on it.
Oh, it's either going to be yours or
Is there like a common room though where just people can hang?
Not for freshmen.
it'll either be, or you could do Mara's.
Well,
Because she should.
my room is goblin sized, so
Mara still has her talisman. I don't know about Sarah or Cora. They're willing to entertain guests on top of this.
although I would like to stop off at my room to pick up my book.
Okay.
But I think the
Sarah
dorms is probably
will
your safest.
offer hers.
Yeah, because I suggested dorms before we took off, so.
Yeah.
I didn't wait around for an answer. I just went. So
Yeah.
That's the first place I'm going to check when we're done doing our stuff.
So Andrakei, you get to the tower. But your talisman doesn't work there.
Is there any guards on duty?
Not outside of it.
Okay.
But once Garking catches up.
I'm not slow.
No, just he took off. And you sort of heard him hollering behind himself.
Well, because with my luck, if we take our time, he'd be gone from the tower. If I run, odds of catching up or running into him leaving the tower were higher.
I'm willing to submit he would have to catch up to me.
Literally,
Sure,
it's like
I am
2
running
minutes
in.
behind.
I am running in heavier armor.
But yeah. Garking opens the door. Takes you in. I don't. Oh, wait. Gotta check your spells.
Who spells?
Gargans.
Oh,
So, yeah. You would have had a class with Lazar at some point. So, if you're heading to his room,
Sure.
what?
the
Oh, you
stairs,
said there were no
stairs.
guards on the outside, right?
Yeah.
Are there any on the inside of the door?
Not to the main stairwell.
Okay. Well, I've never been in there. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because I'd
So-
probably ask the first guard I see or other person there if they've seen Blizzard anywhere.
Okay. Do you run into anybody? On your way up the stairs, you're running into a student you've never met, just heading down, reading a book as he's heading down, and
It's this
almost crash head on.
as this cleric comes barreling up the stairs. Oh,
So,
great. Sorry about that. I have a question. Have you seen Master Lazar?
just little shocked for a second, and I believe he's in his room.
Thank you, and then I'll yell.
Well, Gargan's
Gargan.
with you at this point.
Or well, I'll be like, okay, so his room. Where is that?
Yeah, I just keep headed in the direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm like oblivious to the fact that he's never been in the room. So I'm acting as if he's been there every day too.
And I'm running up the stairs like I've been there.
Oh, can I get my read on at the same time I'm providing therapy for Mara?
Sure.
Well, then that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could probably lay down, read your book, right? Wouldn't be that hard. We're running upstairs. Kwark just getting pampered.
Vincent and Zen, give me a perception check. Either
Could you
individually or one with an advantage.
roll mine, please? Because I'm still AFK.
Okay.
And that's up to Vincent.
So you guys don't see him at first. But after about 10 minutes, you hear the telltale sign of somebody playing a sham and head in that direction.
What song is it?
You've never actually asked. It's just he tends to play the same song every time he's walking through the field.
And then this is a different instructor than the Schwam enthusiast, correct?
No.
What if anything does Vincent know about this teacher?
Vincent, you haven't seen him.
So I'm gonna kind of like push past Vincent and just be like, "Quick, follow me." I'm gonna run towards.
You'd be trip over Vincent.
Different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're like a brick wall.
Yeah. He waddles off after you.
Oops.
So Vincent, you, especially with how you get around the campus, you've seen the drill sergeant as Dwin in class and Happy Foot here in the field.
Have you ever seen people training in the military, Zen?
No.
Oh, well, you should do it like them. They say "sir" a lot. And they say things like reporting as ordered and requesting permission a lot. Maybe if you say it really loud at the top of your voice, it'll put them in a good mood.
Fair.
Give it your all, soldier. I'll be cheering for you.
You were supposed to be my companion during this.
Yes, I'll be cheering for you right by your side.
From 10 paces back. Okay, so
You got to show your leadership skills. Really put them on a good foot.
okay, so I'm gonna go up towards Twin. I'm assuming I see him. I missed that part.
Yes.
Why can't you? Go get them. Sorry, 1 second. Dealing with something.
Here.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. So I'm gonna go up to I guess march up to Dwayne.
Vince is gonna strike a standing at attention pose and elbow since I guess mid leg.
I'm gonna march right up to him and I'm gonna pick up my right foot to about to about torso high, stomp it back down on the ground and say, "Sir," in a very affirmative tone.
He stops playing, spins on a dime, and just stares at the both of you.
Sir, student Vanheim reporting to request information, sir. If you please, sir. He's shaking in the knees now.
What do you need me for?
Sir, I may get in trouble for telling you this, but I need your help. And then I explain that Mara is in trouble. And I desperately need his assistance.
After he takes in the sight of you and hear what you said, relaxes a little, Where is she?
She's in the dorm, sir. We can take her to, or you to her. She is kept safe by her friends and two of our friends as well.
Uh, he just sort of looks down.
Right this way, if you please, sir. And he
I
tries
am
to do an about face.
not authorized dorm faculty.
We can get you in, please, sir. It's a level 2000 emergency. Trust me, we would not be standing here if we felt like we had no other choice in the matter.
Okay. Is that acrobatics? Your
Yeah, he did an about face really smartly.
Out of character though, but if we start running and you say 1 2 1 2 1 2 left
Oh,
right
I
left
already had a thing in my head too. He was gonna start saying, 1 2 1 2, watch out, instructor coming through. I'll be
Left,
shouting it
right,
really loud.
left, right, left, right,
left right. Oh, sweet lord.
okay, Zen,
Yes.
give me a persuasion check.
Can
Well, this is definitely different, is it not?
I like do an assist?
Oh, sugar sticks.
Nope, that's good.
Hey, don't lick me.
He's gonna go with you guys. So all right, so he's taking off with you two. Back to the rest of the group in Sarah's room.
Yes. And as we're running, we're gonna like try to, well, of course he's gonna be able to keep up with us, but we're gonna run beside him and say, you know, we also have another faculty member coming to assist as well. Just so then he's aware that there is going to be extra support.
Yeah, Vincent's just gonna be brown nosing him the whole time. Sir, I just want to let you know from all the students on campus after that great disaster the other day, if it weren't for your great leadership, half of us wouldn't have made it, they feel. And stuff like that, all the way there.
All right, I need an insight check for this.
From both of us, or just Vincent?
No, this is an insight check for Dwayne.
Okay.
All right, Vincent, give me a deception check.
He's
Oh,
being
dear
genuine.
Lord. Okay, persuasion.
I'll go with the deception check.
Okay. He listens to you as you guys make the run. And just before you guys get to the dorms, he sort of hunches down to you So, when you graduate, will you be joining the Watchers?
Watchers, finders, seekers, wherever my skills can be used, the best. But if Sir is inviting me, then I would cordially join. Thank you so much for your consideration, sir.
You see the 6.5-foot tall dragonborn opening a wide, toothy grin. I'll be sure to pass a word along.
Sir, yes, sir. And he gives him the salute.
Vincent? Make an intelligence check. Okay.
Wow.
You basically realize at this moment that you have offered to enlist in a lifelong military group who fights demons in a non-livable desert.
Not official until something's signed.
Oh Lord.
Hey, before you guys get up there, back in the dorms. So, for all of you, well, I guess for just Kwark and Sol from the party, this is your first time in Sarah's room.
It's all our first time in Sarah's room.
Yes, but these two are getting there first. You've seen your accommodations and who is it? I believe Gargan, I know, has a bigger room. And Drake, yeah, I think you do, right?
I haven't added to my room.
No, you
Maybe.
haven't. Okay.
I think Gargan did.
Gargan did, Soren had. Sol, I think you did it, right? Or no?
I don't remember.
I didn't know how
Oh.
the dorm credits actually worked.
Oh, there's a journal entry that explains them.
I don't
Okay.
think I used my dorm credits for anything.
No, apparently not.
Yeah, okay. That's why I couldn't remember. Nothing happened.
So yeah,
I was saving.
so you guys have seen I think Gargan's room. You saw Soren's. Upon entering Sarah's, this is about a 30-foot welcome room
Oh
with
Lord.
3 pink pillowy couches and bright flowers everywhere. And you see 3 doorways leading to other rooms.
So we picked the appropriate person to host. Good to know.
Yes. Now that she's in a room, the bubblegum princess is back in her own element and just offers to get refreshments for everybody and acting much more like herself. So she'll take care of getting drinks, some food. She
I'm okay unless you have some cream and honey, but
she
other th-
still will be a little hesitant to approach Mara outright.
I'll kind of direct Mara over to one of the couches, have her sit down, and then I'll lay down next to her so she can continue to pet my head.
Okay.
And I'll continue reading.
Okay. Our 2 tower climbers, you come to Lazar's room.
Nice, sir. You got quite the stamina, sir. Oh,
Oh, this is Andrakei and Gargan.
He can't stop the bootlicking.
sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah. I'm gonna sort of
He's
I'm gonna
subconsciously kissing the other guy's ass.
from a distance.
No,
It's a long range. It's
Yeah.
a ranged ass kissing.
That exactly.
Oh, the fucking telepathy, apparently.
So I'll sort of nod like in recognition to Lazarus, but I'm gonna sort of also like let Andrakei do the talking.
Great, put me on the spot.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
I probably wouldn't barge into his room. I would
Yeah.
wait until he answers.
right.
Oh, so you guys are knocking?
Yes.
Sure.
Takes him a minute. He opens his door. Upon seeing Andrakei there, he raises an eyebrow and trying to figure out how this combination got up to his door.
Hi, sir. My apologies. Do I know him well enough that I could assume he knows who I am? Or like are the classes big enough where I might have to say my name and I'm in this class? Like, what's the vibe with that?
Well, clearly he
Ar-
knows that I'm not
Arden,
one
he
of his
knows you.
classes.
Yeah, but are there? Does he? I can assume he totally knows me like that. Introducing
Yes.
myself would be ridiculous, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I say, sir, sorry to bother you, especially on what I imagine might be your vacation as well. But we do have a little bit of a situation, probably quite a situation. But my colleague here, Andrakei, is probably better able to tell you about it, since it's one of our companions um, is, for lack of a better word, injured, and Drake here could probably describe it well.
His snake slit eyes go from you to Andrakei as his tail waves behind him.
Clearly not human.
No, he's a tiefling.
Oh, he is tiefling. Okay. I would probably call him Master Lazar. We happen to have a situation. I'm not sure if you know who Mara is, by chance.
I do.
It seems that she was asked by, I don't know if she's ever brought up the name Zin to you. I'm not sure their relationship. But it seems that Zin asked her to what? Yep.
Make a history check for me.
A history check?
Yeah.
Oh god. Not gonna be great. Yeah, it's that one.
Okay. Keep going.
It seems that Zin asked her to do something in order to contact a certain deity, and upon doing so, Mara seems to have a lapse in her memory and has changed a little bit. She seems a little shorter than usual, and if based on what I've seen, she seems younger. And I would probably describe what I would remember of the ritual based on what Zin told us about. Not sure how, because she didn't really explain it all that well, the way that it was described to her.
Both of you making an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah.
Okay. Better at insight. Let me get one again. Oh, I almost rolled out a 16. That would have been great.
Okay.
We were wondering if you would know anything more about this. Then we clearly do not have any real information on it.
Take me
Or
to her.
I will tell you that as right now she is in the student's dorm. It's because I remember, teachers aren't allowed there. She is currently with two of our companions, and Sarah and Cora. That's what the main name I meant to say. But we will take you to the dorms right away.
Yes, let's go.
And I'd probably start going straight down the stairs. Unless there's a faster way.
No. So, first group gets to stairs with Dwin. Oh, there's something I hadn't thought of. So, the three of you step in. As soon as Mara sees Dwin, she leaps off the couch back into a corner.
I think I would go to her and tell her that Dwin is a friend. And just kind of like assure her that Dwin's here to help.
Who's there? Vincent and Sol. Give me Arcana checks. Okay. So, Sol,
Yes.
you recognize immediately that when she got back in that corner, she started trying to cast a spell almost on reflex. Vincent, you know the spell. She was attempting to cast Eldritch Blast at Dwin.
Oh my goodness.
But due to the wards on campus, it never took hold.
Oh, thank Christ for that.
Oh, that would have been a doozy. Some. Why are you trying to do that?
She is not speaking. It's almost like she's just hyperventilating.
So I'm gonna kind of bound over in front of her in the corner, then turn around, face Lazar, start hissing like I'm mad at
You
him,
mean
and then
Dwin?
or Dwin.
Yeah.
Start hissing at him like I'm mad at him, and then give him a wink, like I'm trying to like protect her. I just want to try to make her feel safe.
Yep. You basically, anybody who's looking at Dwin, you see him almost counting off where she used to stand to how short she is now.
So I think because Quark is spending time with Mara and distracting her, um, I'll kind of walk towards him and say, I, I don't know what happened.
He takes just one step back. And sort of leans towards you and just, I only know her as a student. I am not familiar with her past.
I'm just wondering if you've ever heard of anything happening like this before.
No, not quite like this. Mm. You see, he sort of tries to slouch a bit, make himself not stand out as much. But there's no real change in Mara. Couple of minutes later, the other three enter.
So thank goodness you've arrived.
Lazar looks at her over from the doorway.
Is there anything weird about the way that he's looking her over, or does it look normal?
It's hard to say. You've only really interacted with Lazar once.
Okay.
And the snake guys make it hard to figure out what he's thinking.
Okay. I was just wondering if it looked like menacing or,
Is there a way for them to
creepy.
not look?
Is there a what?
So is there a way for them to not look creepy or menacing?
Not really for Dwin. Lazar might have spells that he might be able to use. Just checking. No, nothing that can change his appearance. But he does go around the couches, sort of down on one knee. Hello, child. Sort of holds a hand out. Do you remember me? You see no change tomorrow, but those that can see her eyes, there seems to be some kind of recognition. And he'll look around the room. Has she accepted any food or drinks?
As far as I know, she had some breakfast in the mess hall before all this started.
He's more so referring to since you guys got here. And the answer to that would be no.
I mean, Sarah went to get drinks, but I don't know if she actually gave
She
one
brought,
to.
yeah, she brought stuff out, but Mara has sort of been hesitant to go really to anyone other than Kwark.
So basically, not yet.
Okay. His eyes sort of go over the room and then land on you, Kwark.
I'll do the requisite quarter head turn.
You see his eyes sort of looking from the room one more time, and Miss Palais, bring me a glass with a little water. He goes and gets him one. Pulls out a small vial from his bag and goes to dump it in the glass.
What is it?
Oh, are you asking that out loud?
Yes.
Yeah. Like of like. And he sort of just slides it on the ground a little bit and nods to Quark, to the glass, to Mar.
Okay, I'll go take it from him and offer it tomorrow.
She'll take the glass from you, sort of start sniffing it. And she looks to Quark one last time.
I just kind of give her a positive head nod.
All right. She takes a sip, and then a little more. Few moments pass. Her eyes close. When they reopen, they're back to the solid black. And then Mara lets out a scream. Hugs her knees,
Like,
starts rocking, and
fear,
just says,
pain.
"Where'd she go? Where'd she go?"
Where'd who go?
He looks around and the little girl.
Mara, do you remember who I am?
She's
saw
screaming her
you
head off right
in
now.
the woods.
Sorry, she saw what in the woods?
She saw you in the woods.
Do you remember what happened?
There was a shadow beside you. And I told her, go. But I don't know where she went. Then she was here and gone again. She must not enter the cave.
I kind of look over at the professor. Care to explain?
Hmm. It is not my tale to share.
Okay, did you make her better or worse?
Kind of a good question.
That is open for interpretation.
Okay, at this point, does she just need time to recover, or?
I'm guessing. Like if she's starting to get her memories back.
Because from the looks of it, she needs like a team of clerics to help her.
Then
We don't know if that's going to work out well.
Yes.
give me an insight check.
Or whatever clergy is with her religion.
Yeah, because if she's undead and we try and cast Cure Wounds or something on her, it's not going to work out too well.
No, probably not.
Well,
Or just won't work at
cleric
all.
doesn't necessarily mean channel positive energy either.
Yeah, I know.
Do we know anything about like her childhood? Maybe she reverted back to before she became like I don't know. Maybe it was like a traumatic event that happened to her.
Well, none of us have actually asked her, and I don't know how much she divulges to people. She seems to be keeping everything quite to herself most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Does she remember any of our names?
She scratches Quark's head and just says, "You're the furry one that she found when she was young."
Well, I may be the furry one, but I haven't been like this for that long.
She who?
The little girl.
Roll an insight to see if she's talking about herself in third person.
And who are you?
Okay, or that's how that works.
Yeah.
I am Mara, daughter
Who's
of Donna, heir to Herondale.
that was daughter of who?
Donna,
Heir of Herondale, you said?
heir to
Yeah.
Herondale.
I said heir to Herondale.
okay.
Might not have come.
Make
Can
an
I?
insight check, yeah, if you want.
I was going to ask if I could do a history check, but insight might actually be better for me.
Okay.
And do you know who the little girl is?
She comes in my dreams. Andraki,
Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
But because she said something about Herondale, would I know anything about that, or is that from an area that I know nothing about?
Uh,
Because I was reading up on that book. I don't know if that book had anything about that.
uh,
I thought it was that's what you want me to roll the insight about.
no, this was based on your own conclusions you mentioned. You would note this automatically. Gargan would. Anyone else proficient in history in general would. So Okay, just you to do, apparently. So there's the 3 human kingdoms. Sundale, where you're from, Gargan, where you were born in Drakei before moving to Valdon, and then to the west is Herondale. Actually, Zin, you would know that as well, because they border Moradun.
Okay.
And I'm just a dumb old local boy.
Um, so in order to avoid people constantly asking the question,
Yep.
I'm going to probably say it seems like she is talking about herself in the third person, at least her younger self.
Is that how royalty talks?
Not usually, no.
No.
Not about their younger self, anyways.
No, but it is the way that somebody talks, excuse
What?
me, about themselves when they're unsure of their own reality.
Yes.
Where do you think you are right now?
And she looks around the room. Are we preparing for a party?
That would be fun.
Are both the Lazar and the still in the room?
Yes.
They're just keeping silent.
Lazar's basically watching, and Dwin has sort of stepped to the doorway, trying to stay out of sight a bit, based on her prior reaction.
I'd probably tell her that she's actually at a college and she's in her friend's room, Sarah's room. Yeah, Sarah's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, of course, I'm going to have to do that because persuasion. Because I'm so good at these. See, so good.
Yeah, and she just looks at you and says,
Liar, liar,
I
pants on
have
fire.
many years before I'll go to college.
How old do you currently think you are?
I am 13. I had my debut this year.
Had her what?
Debut.
Ah,
The human thing.
I wasn't sure what he said, so I just wanted to clarify.
So I'm gonna look at the person that or the teacher that gave her the potion and be like, "Do you got another one?" Because seems like we're going to the right age category now.
He just looks at Sarah for a second. Miss Palais, the kitchen, and points at the 3 doors. She points him to the right one. He goes off for a second.
Well, then, yes, I guess this is sort of an impromptu party.
Once we get you back to your old self, trust me, there'll be a party. And probably a lot of tears coming from my eyeballs.
So takes Lazar a few minutes, but he comes back with another glass. Drink this. It will help. One more time. Again, she snips it and takes a little sip, then drinks the rest. The dark lines fill back down her cheeks, and you hear her screaming again as you watch her body age back up to its normal self.
Clara, are you okay? You okay?
She opens her eyes and while the streaks are there, they're bright blue now. Who are you?
Well,
We have old
Like-
lady Mara now.
I thought you said she went to her normal age.
Normal age?
But
With
we don't
different
know.
eyes.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how old she really is.
Or how many entities possess her.
Is this Mara that we're still speaking to?
Mara is the name of my granddaughter.
Who's like Juby?
Queen Patricia.
How are you communicating through Mara right now?
She looks at you confused. What do you mean?
Queen, how old are you?
I turned 77 this year.
Oh, that's quite young. Does your body that you're in right now look like a 70-year-old's?
She looks down.
Anybody got a beer?
Sort of grabs at the hands and turns over the left palm where that symbol was carved and runs her fingers over the scar. And she begins to speak under her breath. Nope. In a language none of you recognize. But as she speaks, Lazar stands up and backs up.
Lazar stands up and backs away.
Yep.
Sorry, what did she say?
She begins talking under her breath while she's running her fingers over the scar from the carving she did in her hand before she did the thing with Zen.
That's her, Lazar. What is she doing?
Vincent's got to go hide somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to ready my shield and probably put my hand to my mace. Just in case this ends badly.
You watch Lazar cast as a spell. Garging and Vincent and Sol. The three of you can make Arcana checks. Sol.
Wow. Okay. At least one of us got it.
Well, you rolled the highest, so you might be. You definitely know what this spell is.
It's counterspell.
So is she trying to
Attack us.
not attack, but if she's putting her hand over the scar from the thing, maybe she is trying to
If
not.
Lazar is doing a counterspell, it ain't a good spell that she's trying to do.
I'd probably find some way to try to convey this to either. No, I'd probably just Gargan. And specifically because, like, I'm not sure. Well, no, I am sure of what I'm seeing, but I'm also like, I'm second guessing myself because I don't want to be seeing this.
How close am I to Sarah and Kara?
Well, you're all in this like main 30-foot by 30-foot room.
Okay, because I don't know if they have any of their equipment on them. I'd probably tell them to get behind me, seeing that it would look like someone preparing a spell from Lazar, and she's chanting something I don't know. Because I don't know how many people walk around constantly with their weapons and their armor all the time at campus.
Well,
Fair.
especially now that you know a weapon shouldn't be able to hurt someone.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd probably call out and say, get behind me, as I pretty much raise my shield to block anything that's going to be incoming.
I think I'll go up to Lazar and go like beside him and just be like, what is happening right now? And then kind of get my hands ready just in case.
I don't know if he'll answer because I have no idea what counter spell does.
He never looks at you. He stays laser focused on Mark and just says, he begins to mutter something under his breath that you can't understand.
Anybody have comprehend languages?
Right. Is Mara a fae creature?
No.
I'll just be over here while mages do mage stuff.
I'm gonna call out and say, Your Majesty, we're friends of your granddaughter. What are you doing?
She looks up.
I ready a radiant salutation.
Looks up at the lot of you and just you claim to be friends with a 2-year-old child.
Yeah, what kind of weirdos are you?
Yeah.
The Mara we know goes to college with us.
We're all students. These are some of the teachers. These two that are shielding are probably her best friends at the college.
And I'm just a person who screwed up, making her do something that damaged her.
I probably wouldn't have said that. All right, way to
Yeah,
go.
good getting that off their conscience right
I
now.
heard her like we're trying to.
We all might die, but I'm glad you feel good about yourself now.
She blinks. And the eyes open ember. You harmed my vessel.
Okay, say that again. I heard none of that.
You harmed my vessel.
No, actually, no, never mind.
We do not harm.
From what I could gather, she did it to herself to try and help Sid.
Zen, you didn't actually relay to anybody specifically what happened, did you?
I gave you guys the gist of what happened.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, not a very detailed
Yeah.
description, so that's what I'm going off of.
yeah, I know. So basically, like,
It was
I'm
more of
wondering-
a she carved something into her hands and we pressed our hands together and then
yeah, because like,
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Vince would say, well, from what it sounds like, it looks like you're the one that did that.
I asked your granddaughter for help contacting somebody, and without
I
hesitation,
have no children. Grandchildren.
I think we're talking to somebody different now.
Servants.
Only servants. Is this the Reaper?
You
Um,
watch Mara recoil. And the Ember eyes just look everywhere.
yeah, isn't it the Great One? Is the actual name? I'm trying to remember because I'm trying to blank on
The Gatekeeper.
the Gatekeeper. Thank you.
You guys are so great at angering deities, aren't you?
Apparently, we excel at it. Now, would we? Oh, yeah. Actually, you said based on my check, I would have known that it had something to do with the Gatekeeper, right?
Uh,
Yeah, based on a religion check.
yeah, well, you know both of them worship the Gatekeeper.
Okay, I didn't know if I knew that 100% or if I was just metagaming just off of
Well,
information.
you certainly would have seen her amulet,
Okay,
and Mara had a matching one when she did the thing during the Halt
yeah.
and Soul Festival.
I'd probably call out, is this the Gatekeeper? Before I did that, I just wanted to make sure if it was actually information that I would know.
Yeah. Okay. Upon you saying that,
Oh God. I heard the laughter and the voice. It's not good.
the voice says, "You cannot find me." The eyes close and reopen as Mara's black eyes. She looks around. How did I get to Sarah's room?
Oh my God, sweet Lord, have mercy. And I'm just gonna like hug her.
Well, that crisis is over. Back to my books.
Mara, you're back.
I'm gonna like hug her and hold her tight. Like you have no idea.
And I'd probably lower my shield to let Sarah have them see.
Yeah, the two run over and grab her too.
Do you remember anything?
That there's a couch there.
I
Because I'm going to
remember
sit right down.
we were in the hall. And you can see her temple sort of throbs for a second, and she looks at Quark.
I kind of wave back.
I probably would have dropped to a
Are
knee in
you
just relief.
related to the furry kitty I met when I was younger?
Unfortunately, no. Until recently, I used to be another race.
You look identical.
Well, I'm happy that I could remind you of somebody you like.
I turn and look at my head and look at Lazar to see if he's still on edge with his spell that he was preparing.
Nope, he's relaxed a bit more.
You have to tell me what you were so keen to prepare a spell for. Like, what exactly was going on?
He takes a second. A name I have not heard in centuries.
I take it that thing wasn't the gatekeeper.
No,
Should we be
nor
worried?
do I think it was what I feared.
So something worse then.
No. A bother, but nothing worse.
What exactly is she?
I am not sure.
Based on what I was seeing, it seemed more like she was a conduit. Conduit for what? I have no
Better.
idea.
The better question might be, when is she?
I perhaps a question for another time when she's not still not so overwhelmed.
I should take my leave. And he exits.
Oh, I was going to say I stand up, thank him, and shake his hand before he leaves.
Absolutely.
He shakes your hand, and you feel a cold, clammy sweat dripping off of it.
Okay. So he was clearly fearing something.
Before he exits, he stops at the doorway. Mara, do stop by my room tomorrow. And he leaves. Dwin confirming that.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Leaves.
Yep.
Well, this has been an eventful morning. Mar, do you think you're okay? I realize it's just not even noon, but you went through enough that you should probably get some rest.
I feel fine.
So, Mara.
Hmm?
He does a courtly bow. I had no idea, Your Highness.
She just looks at you confused. About?
About your royal lineage. Lineage, however you pronounce that word.
Lineage?
What are you talking about?
Maybe best to ask Lazar tomorrow.
Is it your mother's name, Donna?
No. My mother. I don't recall her name. She was gone. When was that? And she just stares into nothing.
Vincent will wait for her to say something.
Actually, Vincent, I think we can call it a day here.
The one who raised me was in the cold. But where?
So she said she couldn't really remember.
She can't remember, and she said the one who raised her was in the cold, but she can't remember where that was.
How far back can you remember?
I traveled north, and I was 18. I came here. Now that I'm 23, before I was in Ulrisen for a while. And before, not.
Would my character know if Herondale is south? Is in the south?
Yes, it's south of the wall. All three human kingdoms are south of the wall.
I see. Well, thank you for your time. I'm gonna skedaddle. And he scoots out of the room.
I would
Sarah
probably
will help her up and say, you can go rest in my room, goes to take her back, and says, everybody have a good day, and takes Mara back.
I would take my leave.
Yeah, I would leave too.
Okay, so you head out. Are you guys going back to your rooms or where?
I don't know if everybody wants to meet up and discuss what the fuck just happened.
Well, yeah. I think I might have somewhat of an idea. Be good to talk it out.
I think a quick team meeting would be probably a good idea. Yeah, that was a
I agree.
weird scenario.
meet up the Gargan's room, which is the biggest room that we all have.
What? Actually, that's a good question. Are our rooms able to hold the entire group?
I mean, you can squeeze in. Gargan's actually has enough room for you guys to spread out.
Because that's where we met the last time when I discussed what I learned about my history. Or no, not what I learned about my history, but the whole reason why I think I was targeted during that whole combat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured back at the beginning that that we would need a place for us to, be able to congregate, and I think I threw in an extra like a fridge and stuff like that. So
Yeah, you have a fridge, your desk, a
it was
chair, your bed, a little extra standing room.
so yeah. No, I happy to have everybody over to just kind of what's the word that I'm looking for? After mission, you what's it called? Debriefing. Debriefing.
Okay, so you head back to Garkin's room. What do you want to discuss?
The hell was that all about? What do you think happened?
Well, it's like there was a younger version of her, and then her grandma, and then her. And when we tried to convince the old grandma persona that she wasn't her, but was in her granddaughter's body, she tried to cast some kind of spell that freaked out the professors.
Are we sure that whatever was trying to attack us was her grandmother, not something else? Because it seemed to freak out when I made mention of the gatekeeper.
Oh, and who's this gatekeeper?
That you would know, Vincent.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the prime deities.
As soon as I mentioned the gatekeeper, it didn't seem like it was too keen on tangling with us anymore.
True. But maybe there is a connection between her and Herondon. And maybe she does have connections there. And that she doesn't remember anything before leaving the South.
Would I be able to know who the current ruler is?
Mhm. One sec. Who's asking?
Drake, yeah.
Yep. Make a history check.
Oh, there's my history.
Okay. Yep, the current king and royal family is King Preston Blackfin, and the Blackfins have ruled Herondale for the last 50 years or so.
And the ones before that were the I'm going off Mara's name. Stormwind? Stormwind, sorry.
Nope.
Okay.
The
Would I be able to know when the last Stormwind was in power? With that
You're
history check,
not
or is that not good enough?
with that. You're not familiar.
Okay. Oh, I will say that the current rulers are not Stormwinds, as far as I know.
Well, personally, I have no interest in the lineage of human royalty. I have enough family issues as it is.
Zin, you were saying that she was helping you contact somebody.
Gatekeeper.
It's the same person.
Yeah, same deity.
Yeah.
Is that bloody deity?
Yeah. Both can be if you anger them. Or slight them in some way.
I mean, out of curiosity, did you convert to the gatekeeper faith?
I have chosen the Oath of the Reaper.
Very well then.
Why doesn't
As
anybody? Go ahead.
as a stipulation of me coming back when I am called upon, I am to fulfill his requests.
So we better stay on his good side, huh?
Well, that's generally easy enough.
As I'm looking around, like,
Why can't there ever be anybody taking the oath of nice, cool summer breezes?
My theory is that there is a chance that Mara has been doing the bidding of the gatekeeper, hence the people coming through. However, I can't be certain. This is just speculation.
So, well, it called her its vessel, so it's safe to say that she.
but are we sure that was the gatekeeper that was trying to come through? Because as soon as I mentioned it, it seemed to quell and release its hold over Mara.
I think when it was. At what point did it actually seem to recoil and look around with those red eyes?
After
Zin asked a question.
No, after Zin stated that it was an accident that she got hurt because she was trying to help
Right.
Zin, in that it seemed like it was
Well, it seemed,
backing down when I was questioning about the gatekeeper.
well, but then first it get angry and asked who dared to harm its vessel.
Yes, because I said that I asked if it was the Reaper. And
Yes,
that's when it looked down its hand and said, "You harmed my vessel."
That's when it kind of started looking around at everybody. Is when you said,
Yeah.
"Are you the Reaper?" Because
It seemed like an entirely different entity compared to the queen that was coming through. It seemed more violent.
I don't know. The queen was trying to cast a spell after she realized she wasn't in her own body.
That could have been in defense. Or
We
could
should
have been.
ask the professor if they know what spell she was trying to cast.
Well, Master Lazar seemed to know something, and that he thought it was something that was trying to come through, but it ended up being something else. He was the first to react.
Generally, Mara just seems to be a conduit with no safety precautions. And maybe that's why she's at the college, to learn them.
Maybe.
Maybe. That doesn't explain her memory loss.
Conduits rarely, remember when another entity takes over.
For all we
Do
know,
do you
Mara's
think-
not her. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do you think that she's been taking over her entire childhood up until she was 18?
No, I think she was channeling other entities.
For all we know, Mara's probably might not even be her true name. Might be a name that she associates with herself, because it's a
But
name that she remembers.
we don't know enough about it, so
It's
I
all
think-
speculation.
And honestly, I have some reading to get to finish. I want to finish my book on nature before I have to go before I go visit my parents.
Hey,
So you guys can continue discussing, but I'm gonna go over here.
well, until we can get more information somehow, I feel like it's just going to drive us insane trying to discuss it any further.
Exactly.
On that, I think we're gonna call it.
All right.
Cool.
I'll leave the server up in case anybody wants notes.
It's like, no offense, team, but I didn't want to be here until 10 p.m. Just running through all of the different possibilities.
Oh no, it's fine.
We end
Yeah.
at 6, so
We kind of were starting to get into a circle, just going back and forth over and over the same thing.
All right.
But I am curious, how long have you been holding on to that chestnut?
That's up for debate.
Gotcha.
It could have been when Zin started becoming Path the Reaper. It could have been when we first met Mara. Who knows?
It's been a while.
Or it's a little
Okay.
column A, little column B.
All right.
All right. Good night, guys.
See y'all
right.
in
All
2
right.
weeks.
Good night.
have a good one.
Thank you. Be well. Bye.
Bye.